Yo, what's happening, everybody? Today's Sunday, May 31st. This should look familiar, huh? Pretty happy about it myself. All right, let's get down to the pertinent bits. Today's brush is going to be the one, the only, and I do mean the one, the only, Laguna Seca Badger, because it rules. Today's razor is going to be S2 in a colossus ting. Today's blade is going to be the Fearsome Furious Feather. Shaving and alliteration. You're getting a good deal, people. Let me go ahead and load this razor. Yeah, so as you can see, I am in the Nashville. Closing on this joint is still slated for the 18th of June, so I've got a few weekends here. Generally speaking, I come every weekend, even though I don't live here anymore, to get stuff out of this place and, you know, just cart stuff over to the storage unit. Excuse me. So that's what I've been doing. This weekend I've not really done a whole lot of it, but I will here shortly. I'm going to be actually hitting the road today, this afternoon, / early evening, whatever. And today's lather actually is going to be something a little different. This one goes out to Ragged Claws for his unending support of the Cade Rich Shaving Cream. It's been ages since I've used a cream, so I figure if I'm going to use one, I'm going to go for the gusto. So there's that. I did give this thing a test lather, and it did well. Did very well, actually. So this should be pretty good. Even though, you know, like I said, it's been ages since I've used the cream. This should go over pretty nice. Or go down pretty nice, I should say. I hope I didn't overload, but whatever. If I did, there's worse things in the world. And this cream actually came from the L'Occitane store in DTW Airport, which of course is Detroit Wayne County Airport, which is where I flew out of for the festival last week. Yeah, so I picked it up from there. Like I said, I'm really terrible. I'm not good with creams. I think this could use a bit of water. Oh yeah, that absolutely can use a bit of water. There we go. I'm not really all that great with creams, but how hard can it be, you know? So yeah, when I arrived at DTW, met up with a couple friends. And actually we met up right in front of the L'Occitane store, and I hit Control D on the old brain to bookmark that there's a L'Occitane store in the airport, because I wanted to make it a point to go visit it and pick something up. I don't know that there's one in Knoxville, and I very rarely, I should say, go to the mall here in Nashville where the L'Occitane store is. So I don't get to go too often. And like I said, I've heard Ian go on and on and on and on and on and on about how mega this cream is, and he gave me a sample of it, and it was good. I did like it. So I was like, whatever, man, I might as well give it a shot, because he's never steered me wrong, you know what I mean? He's always recommended nice things to me. So, and I really haven't ever seen him lend such overwhelming vocal support to anything. So I figured I'd get down. Like I said, this is the only cream that I've got. And I remember this one was really, really, really nice to my skin. So yeah, we're gonna go with it. And I know that I'm working this stuff in pretty nice. This brush rules for skin lathering. Actually, let me go ahead and remove any qualifiers from that. This brush just rules, period. And even though I have my eyes on a couple of celebratory brushes that I'm going to have commissioned once this place closes, this one is still going to hold a very special place in my rotation and den. So, let's get down to it. So the last time that you guys saw me, it was after the first day of the festival. I was very tired. The only thing I had propelling me, really, unlike a lot of the other festival attendees, was alcohol. A lot of gin, a lot of tonic. Actually, a lot of tonic and a bit of gin. There's one particular bartender that has been taking care of us, excuse me, for about the past 3 years or so. My man was nowhere to be found this year, which was kind of expected because he kind of was shown the door after the second day or so of the festival last year, because my man was pouring with a heavy, heavy hand. So he was shown the, wasn't shown the door, seeing as how it's an outdoor festival, he was shown the exit. And that sucked. But again, we kind of expected that. The very first thing we did when we got to the festival was to look for him, to no avail. Wherever you are, dude, wherever your name is, big up yourself. You're a good man, and you are missed. I think he said he was a bartender at the one of the casinos in Detroit. I don't remember which one. I'm not a gambling man, but I am a rambling man. So anyway, yeah, day 2 of the festival, like I said in the previous video, day 2 of the festival actually was very easy for me. I didn't have to be back to Hart Plaza until 9 p.m. And I did make it there a little bit earlier. I don't remember about what time, probably 7 or so. So that way I can have time to get there, get acclimated, get some drink. And I wanted to make it downstairs to the underground stage, which pretty much amounts to a bunker in Hart Plaza for Ben Clark and Marcel Detman. Ben Clark and Marcel Detman, Baines knows who these guys are. They are residents at a club called, I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's written B-E-R-G-H-A-I-N, Berghain. Place is a lot out there, but they are residents there. There also is another bar, I guess, area of that same edifice called Panorama Bar. But that's just for extra credit. You don't need to know that. So anyway, Ben Clark and Marcel Detman were slated to play at 9. Excuse me. Marcel Detman played at 9 to 10:30, and then, no, I take that back. Ben Clark played from 9 to 10:30. Marcel Detman played from 10:30 to 12 to close out that day at that stage. So the underground stage faces some unique challenges inherent to its location and design. The first of which being only the secondary concern for that day last weekend. Is that, again, since it's a bunker, it's pretty much a concrete room. The acoustics are a little bit less than perfect, we'll say. Lots of standing waves, lots of reverb from the concrete walls in that place. So the sound is less than ideal, and a lot of times what they just end up doing is taking the brute force approach and just making it as loud as possible in that joint. I guess to try to overwhelm the undesirable sound waves. Never works. Never works. But I do applaud the approach, because it's better for it to be too loud than not loud enough. So they had that working for them. But the other thing, which was whack, and which ended up being the bigger problem on last Sunday night, was the space constraints. The dance floor area down there is very small. And I started trying to make my way down there at about 8:20, 8:30 or so. Utterly useless. There were so many people trying to do the same thing that I were, in addition to the dance floor being extremely packed. The way that you access the dance floor down there is via like a handicap ramp. And of course, you know, there was like railing or whatever along the ramp, and there was a bunch of people leaning up against that railing, which effectively cut off half of the available space for people to fit on that ramp. Why did the security guards let this happen? That is, oh, I was livid. I was irate. So yeah, I didn't get to make it down there. I don't even remember how I ended up finishing the night. Probably, no, it wasn't the main Detroit stage because I didn't really care to see anybody that was playing, generally speaking. The main Detroit stage was weird this year. It was taken over by a magazine called Thump, which is a division of Vice. And they had like showcases each day. It was weird. This year was, or excuse me, this Sunday, last Sunday, yeah, was the Ghostly International, which is a label and crew run by a guy called Matt Deere out of Ann Arbor. Very good. It's very good. So I didn't really care to catch any of those guys. Although there was a few other guys that weren't, that I wouldn't mind catching. And I think I ended up catching a couple of people, like, incidentally. Whatever. So Sunday was pretty much a wash for me. Which was fine because, again, you know, I was so tired from the day before, and then Monday was another big day as far as people that I wanted to see. So I was completely cool with the fact that Sunday didn't really have much for me. I cut myself pretty decent back here. So yeah, Monday comes, and I think Monday started in earnest for me at about 4 p.m., 4 or 5 p.m. Either way, excuse me, if I said Sunday started at 4 or 5 p.m., I meant to say Monday started at 4 or 5 p.m. for me in earnest. Got to the festival on Monday a little bit early, chilled for a bit. Wow, I got myself really good back there. So, saw a bunch of people that I wanted to see. The highlight for me that day was going to be Ben Sims closing out the underground stage. And as soon as, you know, I was trying to deal with that Clock and Detman fiasco. Damn it, I forgot the other. I forgot my Artist Club razor. So, yeah, I was a little upset because of the Clock and Detman thing. And that was telling me that I wasn't really going to be able to catch Ben Sims for real, which really bothered me because a lot of you guys know when it comes to my dance music, I'm very, oh, I used to have the word, I don't have it right now. Xenophobic when it comes to house and techno. If it's not American, chances are I don't want to hear it. But Ben Sims is an Englishman. But Ben Sims is a bad man. And I've liked him for years. And even though he's played the festival when I was there, I never got to catch him. This year I was determined to correct that. So Ben Sims actually had a 2-hour slot from 10 to midnight on Monday at the underground stage. Before him was a guy called Steve Rockmod, an Englishman, who's pretty bad himself. Now here's my theory, is that you kind of have to know a bit about this kind of music to know who Steve Rockmod is. So I figured that there was a pretty decent chance that, you know, there would be space down there for me at the underground stage this year, seeing as how he was playing right before Ben Sims. So I got down there a little bit early, and I was right. It was so empty down there, it was crazy. So I was able to get myself a good place. Ben Sims took the helm at about 10 p.m., excuse me. Killed it, killed it, killed it, killed it. He played things, I've never heard anything like some of those records he was playing. Some of the things sounded like the sound of 1,000 horses galloping directly towards you. And that music has now been christened cavalry techno. So Ben Sims brought the cavalry. In addition to him playing very good music, the man is also an incredible DJ, technically speaking. And I don't really say that about too many people, because I'm a pretty good DJ myself. But after listening to Ben Sims, I felt that I learned something. And that's always nice. Now I have to wait patiently, begrudgingly, for the recordings of the festival this year to surface. Patience is not my strong suit, but I don't really have much of a choice in the matter, so we're going to go with it. Let me go ahead and wash this off because I'm pretty much done here. That was quick. The back of my head is in pretty rough shape. I'm gonna have to wash this shirt. You can see the blood right here. It's bad. Oh well. So today's aftershave. Actually, I'm glad I'm going with this one because this one does seem to help the skin a little bit. Is Armada Blossom. Hopefully, this is going to be making it into regular production sometime very soon, which is cool with me because I want to be able to use this stuff with reckless abandon. Shaving cream was good. Good stuff. I see why you like it so much, Ian. Also, work is going half decent. I was finally moved over to my department that I'm going to be in, And I guess I did a bit of impressing that first day, which is always a plus. All right. I'm tired of bleeding in front of you people, so this is going to be it. I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you have a good have a good day, have a good weekend, have a good week, and I'll see you next time. Peace.